this is Noreen from Joy Cards, and today I'm making another card from Beautiful World. Now we're only going to be using the stamps for this, not the dies that go along with it, but we are using the dies from Rectangle Stitched Frames, and it's the second smallest one here. And then also Layered Circles, which is the largest regular circle. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a piece of the cinnamon cider, and we're going to do a 5.5 by 4.25 like normal. And then we're going to take some Bumblebee. And if you notice, I'm using the new ink colors from the new catalog. So here's the Bumblebee, and this one I'm cut it just a little smaller than the card base. So it's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Then we're going to take some Misty Moonlight, and we're going to do 1.5 by 5 3/8, just like this one here. And then we're going to be taking some of the Faux Suede trim, and we're also going to be taking some crumb cake. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start stamping on the Bumblebee. So we're going to take the 2 world stamps here. Now, the inks for the new colors are not out yet, but I have a paper pumpkin, and look what I got in there. I got one of the new inks. This is the Misty Moonlight one, and I've been using it on everything. This is a great color. So go ahead, if you happen to have a paper pumpkin, take that Misty Moonlight out. If you don't, you can use one of the other blues from the colors. So what you're gonna do is take the 2 worlds, because you got half the world and half the world, and go ahead and stamp it all over your Bumblebee, like voila, like that. So, and then you're gonna take a piece of Misty Moonlight and cut it 1.5 by 5 3/4, so the length of this card here. So let's go ahead and snail that up, and just go ahead and eyeball it for it to be in the middle, because that's good enough. You don't have to micromanage it, because if it looks good to your eye, it'll look fine. And then we're going to take some tear tape, because this suede, it's the Faux Suede trim, it's kind of heavier, so I'm going to take the tear tape, and I use this on the other card that I made in this set, and we're going to use just a little over the length of the card, and you can see through the tape, so kind of see through it and just kind of put it in the middle. You don't want too much on the Misty Moonlight, and you don't want too much on the Bumblebee, because that's where your faux trim is. So I'm gonna get my head in the video here and line that up, and I'm gonna stick it on my glass as well, and then take another piece and put it on the other side and do that. And then you're gonna take that faux trim, and you're just gonna go a little bit over the card so you can wrap it under. So I've already cut 2 of those, and I'm going to pull this tape up, and I always do it on the paper, because in my other video I put it on, I showed an example how I put it on the trim and not the paper, and it doesn't work. So don't waste your time. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it right over that tape, and it's just literally the width of the tape here. So okay, and then take the other one, do the same thing. I've got the trim over. I'm going to pull this up gently and just take some snail, put it on the back, even though it has a little bit of the tape, and just snail the back, and take that trim and fold it over, and it'll be nice and flat on your piece. And then we're going to take these really cool antique corners and slide elements, and in the other video I used the slide, and this time we're going to take the corners. So grab 4 of the corners, and then grab your silicone sheet here, I always like that, and we're going to take glue tacks, and just go ahead and turn them all to the other side, because there's a right side and a wrong side, or whichever side you like, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to take my take your pick tool and take off some glue dots. The glue dots on the back of those little antique pieces, and I'm going to stick them on all 4 corners here right over that trim piece. It looks really pretty. I really like these. I'm going to have to order some more. I'm already kind of out of the slide ones. And that's that part. So moving on, we are going to go ahead and take a piece of crumb cake and use your rectangle stitch frames. And we're going to take that second to the smallest one and we're going to cut out this frame like that. And then we're going to stamp it. Now, the stamp I'm using on the front is Life's a Beautiful Journey right here. And I've got it right there. And like I said, if you've got a paper pumpkin, take your Misty Moonlight out. If not, you can use one of the other blues and stamp it really good. They put these sample colors on these little ink dots things, and they do sell these things, so if you want one, let me know. And just put it in the middle. Don't rock it. Try not to smudge, and lift it straight up. Boink, just like that. Okay, don't forget to put your lid on. And let's take some dimensionals and just put some dimensionals on. And just place that sentiment right over the middle. And now we can go ahead and snail it onto the card front. Now I made this Bumblebee paper just a tiny bit smaller than the base because I wanted to see more of the planet on there. So just like that. So that is the front of the card. So that's pretty darn easy. Now the inside of the card is kind of cool. And what I did is I took a piece of Bumblebee and I cut it the exact measurement of the card, except on the short end, I just went a little shorter than 4 1/4, just right under it, because what I want to do is I want to accommodate for the fold here. So cut it a little under and then start with the opening and match it up on the bottom and go up. So now it folds over really nice. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to take a piece of Misty Moonlight and we're going to cut this, the 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to take our largest layering circle and just eyeball it in the middle and cut a hole in it. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. I went ahead and ran this through, and if you notice here, I taped the circle onto the paper, but I taped it on the inside because I'm not using the inside. So I'm not like pulling up tape on the piece I'm actually going to use. So you can take that and use it on something else. And then we're going to take that piece and then take a piece of crumb cake and just cut it within the square of here. So just so it, you know, doesn't show on the other side. And let's go ahead and tape the Misty Moonlight and put that crumb cake right over it. And so we've got that. And now let's do some stamping before we put it on the card. So take your piece and we're going to use the Congratulations New Beginning, which is right there, this little decorative piece, and the pen and the inkwell. So I'm going to grab that same Misty Moonlight. I've been using this like crazy because it's the only color we've got, because I can't even order the inks until June 3rd like everyone else. So I'm going to take that and put one here. And then I'm going to take the feather. And these are all from Beautiful World, so I'm not jumping around stamp sets like I usually do. And I'm going to take the quill here and put it right there. All right. And then I'm going to take the little navigation thing. Stamp it up really good. And when you put those stickers on, make sure that they're all lined up. Otherwise, you won't have them stamped straight on here when you do it. All right. And one more. And put this here. All right, and then the sentiment. Put it on the top. Oop. Not upside down. All right, and all we need to do is put it on our card. They're just right in the middle. And that's it. That's the card. So if you like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and my joyofcards.com channel. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you're a first-time subscriber, obviously, and you leave your email address, you can win the demo card. So if you put your email in there, I can contact you. If you don't, I can't contact you. It just won't let me. And if you're the first one, I'll mail you the card. So that'll do it. Thanks. Bye.